Hi everybody, this is Crystal. Today I'm going to show you how to make this little springtime hat here, and it's really pretty easy. I'll have the written pattern. There's be a link to the written pattern below in the description box if you want to use that. It's available in 3 sizes, and I have it for ages 1 to 3, 3 to 6, and 6 to 10, and it's really easy to adjust the size. It's just the number of rows that you put on it. And I'm going to be using Care-On Simply Soft, which is a medium weight 4-ply 100% acrylic. You don't have to use this type of yarn, but you want to use some type of 4-ply. The color I'm using is off-white, and of course you can use any color that you have. And I'm going to be using a size H, which is a 5mm crochet hook, and you want to use that no matter what size you use. It's still the same size hook. And then you're going to need some ribbon. This is 5/8 inch satin ribbon. I'm sure a 1/2 inch would work fine too if you can't find the 5/8, or even 3/4 would probably be fine too. But this one that I'm using is 5/8, and you're going to need, I don't know, 18, 24 inches of it, something like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on it. Go ahead and start with the slip knot on your hook. And we're going to start off with a chain of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to slip stitch back into the first stitch to form a ring. And then we're going to chain 1. And now what we're going to do is we're going to work 12 double crochets through the center of the ring. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into our first double crochet, and that'll end round 1. Not that chain 1, but the first double crochet. Go ahead and slip stitch into that, and you should have 12 stitches now. And then if you pull your tail, you should be able to close up that center circle like that. Now for round 2, we're going to chain 1, and now we're going to work 2 double crochets right back there in that same stitch that we slip stitched into. So kind of pull it apart a little bit, and then you'll see it right there. So we work 2 double crochets into that stitch, and now we're going to work 2 double crochets in every stitch all the way back around to the beginning, just like this. Two into the next one, and 2 into the next one. So 2 doubles every stitch until you get back to the beginning, and you should have a total of 24 stitches at the end of round 2. Okay, once you make it back around and you got your 24 stitches, you want to go ahead and slip stitch into that first double crochet, not the chain 1, first double, and that'll end round 2. Round 3, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to put 1 double crochet right back into that same stitch there, like that. And now we're going to go to the next stitch and we're going to put 2 double crochets into the next stitch. And in the next stitch we're just going to put 1 double crochet. And in the next stitch we're going to put 2 double crochets. And that's the repeat for round 3. 1 double into the next, and then 2 doubles into the next. One double into the next, and then 2 doubles into the next. So you just keep repeating that pattern all the way back around to the beginning. And when you get back around, you should have a total of 36 stitches at the end of round 3. Okay, I made it back around to the beginning and I counted and I have my 36 stitches. So what you want to do is go ahead and slip stitch into that first double crochet, and that'll end round 3. Okay, round 4 we're going to chain 1 double crochet right back into that same very first stitch. And now we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next stitch. So what we got is 2 double crochets in a row. And now the next stitch is going to get 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Like that. And now we're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So 1 double. And then 1 double into the next. And in the next we're going to put 2 double crochets. And that's the repeat this time around. 1 double into the next, 1 double into the next, and 2 doubles into the next. One double into the next, 1 double into the next, and then 2 doubles into the next. And I'm going to repeat this pattern all the way around, and when you get back to the end you should have a total of 48 stitches at the end of round 4. Okay, I made it back around and I got my 48 stitches. Again, we're just going to slip stitch into our first double crochet, and that will end round 4. Okay, round 5 we're going to chain 1 double crochet right back into that very same stitch, and I'm going to put 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and then 1 double crochet into the next stitch. So there we got 3 double crochets in a row now. And now the next stitch I'm going to put 2 double crochets into the same stitch like that. Now I'm going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So there's 1 double, 1 double, and 1 double, and then 2 double crochets into the next stitch. 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, so 3 in a row. There's 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 double crochets into the next stitch. And that's the pattern we're going to repeat for this round. 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 double crochets into the next. And you repeat that all the way around, and when you get back around you should have a total of 60 stitches. Okay, I made it back around and I counted and I have my 60 stitches. So I'm just going to slip stitch into my first double crochet, and that's going to end round 5. Okay, we're going to do another row of increases. So we're going to chain 1. We're going to go right back into that same stitch and double crochet. And now I'm going to do a double crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1 in the next 3. So counting that very first one that we just did, plus the 3 we just did, we have 4 double crochets in a row. And now we're going to put 2 double crochets into the next stitch, like that. And now it's 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 2 double crochets into the next. And that's the pattern, repeat pattern for round 6. 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 double crochets into the next. So you want to repeat that all the way around, and when you get to the end you should have a total of 72 stitches at the end of round 6. Okay, I've made it back around and I have my 72 stitches, so I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into my first double crochet to end round 6. Okay, round 7, chain 1, and now all we're going to be doing is 1 double crochet in every stitch around for several rows. So this is what's going to make the big portion of the hat. So you just double crochet right back into that same stitch, and now it's just 1 double crochet in every single stitch all the way around until you get back around, and then you just slip stitch into your first double crochet and you go again. And you should always have 72 stitches at the end of every round now. So 1 double crochet in every stitch, just like that. And the more rows you do, your hat will start to come down and looking more like a hat. And you just slip stitch again, chain 1, and start again. 72 at the end of every round. Now this is where you adjust the size. So we're on round 7 right now. If you want it to be 1 to 3 years, you do 10 rounds total. So round 7, 8, 9, and 10 will be 1 double crochet in every stitch. If you want 3 to 6 years, you'll do 11 rounds starting from the beginning. So rounds 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 will be 1 double crochet in every stitch. In 6 to 10, it's going to be 12 rounds total from the top. So rounds 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 will be 1 double crochet in every stitch, if you can follow along there. So this one I made is for 3 to 6. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rounds is what you want to end up on for 3 to 6. 10 rounds for 1 to 3. And then if you want it bigger for the 6 to 10 size, you want to end it at 12 rounds. Okay, I went ahead and I'm actually making the 1 to 3 size now to fit my baby. So what I did from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows total. Or rounds 7, 8, 9, and 10 were just 1 double crochet in every stitch. And remember, if you're going to do the 3 to 6 size, you want to be 11 rounds. In the 6 to 10, you want to be on 12 rounds now. So now what we're going to do is slip stitch into the first double crochet once you get however many rounds that you want for whatever size you're doing. Now the rest of it's going to be the same. It doesn't matter what size you're doing, you're still going to do the same thing, and you should still have 72 stitches. So the only difference in the sizes was the amount of rows that we did. So now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do some decreases now. So I'm going to put 1 double crochet right back into that same stitch, and I'm going to put 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So counting that first double crochet and the 3 that we just did, we're going to have 4 double crochets in a row. And now we're going to do a double crochet decrease. Double crochet decrease is worked over 2 stitches. So what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, and drop a loop. And you yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on your hook. Now we're going to yarn over again and go into the next stitch and drop a loop. Yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on your hook. And then you yarn over and go through all 3 loops. So that took 2 stitches and it made it into 1. Now we're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to do a double crochet decrease over these next 2 stitches again. So we yarn over, go in, drop a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on our hook, yarn over and go into the next stitch, drop a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2, and then we're going to yarn over and go through all 3. So that was the decrease. And we're just going to keep repeating that. So we're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to do a double crochet decrease over the next 2. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, drop a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and go into the next stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, and yarn over and go through all 3. 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and double crochet decrease over the next 2. Just like that. And now I'm going to repeat that pattern all the way around, and when you get back to the beginning you should have a total of 60 stitches at the end of this row. Okay, when you make it back around you should have ended in a decrease and you should have your 60 stitches. So you want to go ahead and slip stitch into that first double crochet, just like that. And now we're going to do a row that we can weave the ribbon through. So what we're going to do is a chain of 2. Now that chain of 2 does not count as anything. What we're going to do is put a triple crochet right back into that same stitch. So I'm going to yarn over twice, go right back into that same stitch, and triple crochet. And now I'm going to put 1 triple crochet in every stitch all the way around. And this is going to be a tall enough stitch that we can weave that ribbon through. So yarn over twice for the triple, just like that. So 1 triple every stitch back to the beginning, and when you get back to the beginning you still should have 60 stitches. Okay, I made it all the way around, and what you want to do is you want to slip stitch into the top of the first triple crochet, not that chain 2, remember it's not counting as anything. So that first triple crochet, like that. And that's going to be the row that we attach the ribbon to later. Now we're going to work on the brim. So we're going to start by chaining 1, and we're going to do a V-stitch right back here into the same spot. So I'm going to go 1 double crochet, and then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to put another double crochet all into that same stitch, like that. So that's a V-stitch. And then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to skip 2 stitches. So skip, skip, and I'm going to V-stitch into the next. So skip 2, and then double crochet, chain 1, double crochet all into that next stitch, and then chain 1. Skip 2 stitches, skip, skip, V-stitch into the next, so double, chain 1 and another double, all into the same stitch, chain 1, skip 2, skip, skip, V-stitch into the next, chain 1, like that, and then chain 1, skip 2, V-stitch into the next, and this is the pattern that we're going to repeat all the way around. And remember, it's the same now, no matter what size you're doing. Chain 1 in between the V-stitches, so skip 2, V-stitch into the next, chain 1, skip 2, V-stitch into the next. So I'm going to repeat this all the way around. Chain 1, skip 2, V-stitch into the next, and when I get back around to the beginning, I should have a total of 20 V-stitches. Just like that. Okay, once you made it all the way around and you got your 20 V-stitches, make sure you chain 1 after this last one, and you should have 2 stitches there to skip. And now we're just going to end by slip stitching into our first double crochet of this first V-stitch. Not that chain 1, but the first double crochet, just like that. And now we're going to do one last round, and it's going to be the shell stitches. So we're going to slip stitch one time over into the center of this V. So just go right through it and slip stitch into it, and then chain 1. Now we're going to work 5 double crochets all into the center of this V stitch, and that's going to make our shell. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to single crochet right here in between these 2 V stitches. So go right into it and single crochet, and then we're going to jump to the next V stitch and do 5 double crochets inside the V stitch in that space. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into this space between these 2 V stitches, single crochet, and we're just going to repeat that all the way around, and that's going to create this shell pattern. So we over here to the next V, we do our 5 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and single crochet right here in between these 2 V's, the next 2 V's, like that. 5 double crochets in the V stitch space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet in between the spaces. And that's what I'm going to repeat all the way around, and that's what the shells start to look like. And when you get back around to the beginning, you should have a total of 20 of these shells. Okay, I've made it back around, and you want to make sure you single crochet right here into the space between these last 2 V stitches, and then slip stitch into your first double crochet. Not that chain 1, but the double. And then we can clip our yarn, tie this off, and hide that tail. So that's the hat, pretty much. What I'm going to do now is show you how to put the ribbon on. It's real easy. I kind of just find the back of it and put the back to the back there. And just say this is the front of the hat. If you want the bow to be on the side, kind of just start it there on the side. And go in and back up around 1. And then I'm going to go across 3. So 1, 2, 3, and go over and under the next one. I'm going to go across 3, 1, 2, 3, and over and under the next one, like that. And that's what I'm going to do all the way around. Go across 3, 1, 2, 3, over and under the next. Go across 3, 1, 2, 3, over and under the next. And then 1, 2, 3, over and under. 1, 2, 3. And remember right here on this triple crochet row that we're putting the ribbon on, we did that chain 2 and the triple crochet in the same stitch. That counts as this one. So 1, 2, 3, and then we'll go over and under. It looks like 2 stitches, but it's really just 1. That triple crochet and that chain 2, like that. And then 1, 2, 3, over and under the next. And we're going to do that all the way around until you get back to where you started. Okay, I made it all the way around, and I went over under that last stitch, and then there's 3 stitches left. That's where we're going to tie the bow. And that's it. I recommend tying the bow after you get it on the child's head. That way, my ribbon's twisted. That way you can tighten it up on the child's head as it's on there. If you tie it beforehand, it might be like too tight and you won't be able to get it over her head. So that's it. That's all there is to it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and check out all my other tutorials. I have hundreds of them. If you make this or anything else, I'd like to see a picture of it. You can post a picture on my Bagoday Crochet Facebook page. I'll put a link to that below in the description box, and I'll put a link to my Etsy shop where you can get the pattern to this below in the description box also. And you can follow me on Instagram too. I'll put that down there too. And until next time, have a good day.